show you something. From the time of Alexander the Great, no man could travel faster than the horse that carried him. Not anymore. Imagine time and space under the mastery of man. Power that makes emperors and kings look like fools. Whoever controls this controls the future.
There come a time que vous savez. One good man must wear a mask.
How is everybody? This is Jordan back with the M News. Now, I had the choice between either me, Michael, or Lane, to do this review on the 2013 summer blockbuster, The Lone Ranger. The other day I went and saw it in theaters. Before this I was hearing so many complaints about, how Johnny Depp should have been a full-on Indian, or should have been like, dozens of things that should have been done with this movie before they went ahead and made it. But I really didn't see any problems, or I didn't have as many problems as everybody else did when it came to this summer blockbuster. My birthday was July 2nd, so I was wanting to go see it the next day, but we waited till this upcoming Sunday to go see it. And, I'm pretty happy and satisfied. I was pretty happy and satisfied, to be honest with you, when I seen The Lone Ranger. It was not bad. It was good. It was decent. It was actually really, it was awesome. Alright. It was so entertaining. I mean, I went and saw it with, of course, my co-anchors, my best friends, Lane and Michael. We all went to go see it. Low expectations. Honestly, I had a low expectation in me. I was thinking, this is going to turn out to be a real piss bomb this summer, and, or piece of crap, or whatever you want to call it. No, it wasn't. It was not what they say it is. I'm not, people have different opinions, though. This is my opinion. This is my opinion on what The Lone Ranger was for me. For me, The Lone Ranger was awesome. Johnny Depp did an amazing job as Tonto. Alright, the cast is a good cast. You got Johnny Depp as Tonto. You got Armie Hammer as, of course, John Reed, the Lone Ranger. The bad guy, William Fichtner. Yeah, William Fichtner. I've seen him in a few movies, The Dark Knight. He plays Butch Cavendish. The reason why I have a paper is because I do sometimes forget names. If you've seen my other reviews, you probably know that. You got Tom Wilkinson as Mr. Cole. Ruth Wilson as Rebecca Reed, the wife of Dan Reed, the main character's brother. This movie was really inspired. It was really cool. It was really a nice movie. The part where this takes place, this whole movie takes place back in Texas, like 1930s, the early 1900s. So, mostly when we were getting the railroad started up in Texas, they wanted to make it go through and stuff. They wanted it to all work pretty much when this was going down. The movie, there is spoilers in this review. This movie takes place first, we'll start, we were on a train and we see the bad guy played by William Fichtner. We're watching him, and we also see, Johnny Depp's character Tonto next to him, and he's, doing his thing, meditating, and, he's, planning. It's obviously going to be what they're there for is they're going to be hung. They did something bad, apparently, Tonto's an Indian, so Indians back then were savages, to them. They were going to get hung for it, of course, William Fichtner's bad guy is a murderer, so he's going to get hung for that. Well, you know, there's probably, obviously he's not doing much. There's obviously a plan behind it all. You know, we're all expecting a plan, of course. But the movie then comes out as a really funny, wild Texas, you know, great adventure for the. It's a Disney movie, of course. You know, there's gonna be a lot of, you know, there's not gonna be as much violence and stuff like that. Like, we're not gonna see no blood everywhere, all that. No, we're not gonna see that. Okay. Well, Johnny Depp's character is Tonto, of course. You know, Armie Hammer's character is, you know, John Reed, Lone Ranger. They come off as a couple of what Tonto likes to call Wendigo hunters because, you know, apparently John Reed's character, the Lone Ranger, is apparently a soul, I forget already, a soul walker, yeah, something like that. And, you know, he comes back, it's someone who comes back from the graves after they died and can't be killed in battle, and Tonto believes that John Reed is one, even though he's not wanting him to be the one. He's still coming out, though. He's still trying to make it work, and, you know, he's not liking it, but he's doing it. He's, you know, he's a fool. He's Kimosabi. You know, in this movie, Kimosabi has a purpose. I'm not sure. I'd never seen the old Lone Rangers. It might have had a purpose then, but they did it pretty good in this movie. It was an alright purpose, you know. Really enjoyable, though. It was really enjoyable. You got two train sequences, you know, there's one in the beginning, of course, it starts the movie out, but then you got one that's going to end the movie, and the end movie, you got the theme song, you got the, you know, dun 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 dun. You got the theme song, you got the action, you got the, you're sitting there for 2.5 hours, but when the ending comes, you're glad you paid the money, because it is so worth it. It's a great ride for a good family, for the family, of course. You know, I mean, you may have a different idea about this movie. You may say, you know, oh, you know, Johnny Depp should have been a good old full-on Indian. You know, they should have, you know. I thought Johnny Depp was really good as Tonto. I think he was just right for this role. I see what Johnny Depp wanted to express in the real-life situation of him being half Indian, him wanting to show people what it means to be, you know, from Indian, and, you know, it's a good thing, not a bad thing. It's really, really, it's special. You know, I'm going to go high when I grade this movie. I'm going to go up to a 9.1 out of 10 for the Lone Ranger, because it was just so enjoyable. It was, you know, what I wanted to see when I went to the theaters, and with low expectations. It was worth it. It was a great birthday gift. You know, I don't know why people have something against it. Johnny Depp did a magnificent job, so did Armie Hammer. They do not need to replace Armie Hammer as the Lone Ranger. He did a good job as him, you know. The all cast did pretty good. William Fichtner was pretty intense, and he was a sick-minded, you know, cannibal freak in the movie, which he is a cannibal he's actually a cannibal. And what a Wendigo is actually, a Wendigo is actually a crazy person who goes crazy and he eats people, and he's just, you know, that's a Wendigo. He's not no devil, but he is something that just went crazy, and that's what I thought of the movie, guys. What do you think? Subscribe, comment, like below. Tell me what you guys thought of the Lone Ranger. What do you want to see the Lone Ranger? Think Johnny Depp's right for that role? I think he is. You know, give me your thoughts. That's all for the M News. Thank you very much.